friends, this is Jeannie. Welcome back. In this video, I am going to continue to transform some of the items from my junk pile into fun elements for my junk journal. Today, I'm going to show you how I made these very tall tags using the side panels from some of the boxes, cereal boxes, mix boxes. I absolutely love the way they turned out. On the one side, it's very obviously the side panel of a box, and on the back is a journaling area. And I also stamped it with the same stamps that I've been using throughout the journal. At the top, I upcycled a tab from a can to create a little tab at the top of the tall tag. Added some ribbon, and I think it looks great. So far I have made 6 of them. Well, I've made 4. I need 6, so in this video I'll make 2 more. I have those 2, and then this is from a Captain Crunch box. That's the front, and that's the back. And I've been using some cut-offs and other scraps from my bag of scraps to line the back of the tags to create the journaling spot. So it's a win-win for me. I get to use my junk pile and I get to use my scrap pile. So first we'll make the tags, then I'll show you how I made the little tabs at the top. So for the tags, I just basically went through the pile and pulled out any of the side panels for any boxes that I had, and decided this is the height that best works for my particular journal. My journal, I think, is 7.5 tall, so these are about 7, maybe 1/4, maybe a little less. So I want all of the tags to be, well, these particular skinny tags to be that same length. So let's start with that. I'm going to use this one as a template. Roughly cut it to the same size. Try it again. Maybe this time I'll get it straight. Hope everyone is doing well. Today is Sunday, the 14th, Valentine's Day. It's been a very quiet kind of day here at my house. I've spent the better part of the day in my craft room working on my journal. So I'm going to use these side panels. I'm going to use these cut-offs to line the back. So let me get my glue stick. Been sitting in my craft room crafting, working on some elements, also watching The Tutors, or I should say rewatching The Tutors. Love that show. Kind of switching back and forth between watching The Tutors and Dexter. It's another one of my favorite shows. seen that one quite a few times. Though I have to admit that the later seasons of Dexter are not my favorite. So as soon as I hit the later seasons, I switched over to the Tudors, and actually love all of the seasons of the Tudors. So I'm just using my brayer to make sure there's contact between the tag that I put the glue on and the paper. And obviously I didn't get everything. So I think after this video I might do maybe one more video showing another type tag that I made, and then the video after that will likely just be the final flip through. And then I will move on to my next project. And I don't know what that project is going to be. No clue. Keep changing my mind about what I want it to be. So I find this is the easiest way for me to line my tags. I usually just glue them onto a larger piece of paper and then just trim off the excess with my scissors and just go from there. I will round the corners. I just think it looks a little more finished when I round the corners. These tags are pretty fun, pretty basic, straightforward, very easy to make. It's a great way to use up the side panels of the boxes with all of like the nutritional information, and sometimes you get maybe a recipe on the side panel, so it's fun way to incorporate those elements into your journal. Also a great way to have a journaling spot. Don't have to make them as tall as I am. Make them whatever height you want, but this is the height that I want. What I want is for them to kind of peek out from the top of the journal. If I wanted them to be completely inside the journal, I would cut them much shorter. but I do want to see the top of the tag peeking out. I want to be able to see this. I love this so much. I really want to be able to see that on the top of the book. So here we have 2 quick tags. Just going to embellish them some using a few things. First, we will start with inking the edges. And I'm using my archival ink. The color is Vintage Photo. Now those silver tabs have been interesting to work with. I've been trying to figure out the best way to alter them. I originally thought that I could just leave them soaking in some of my alcohol ink and that would be enough, but for whatever reason, the particular metal that's used for these tabs is not taking the alcohol ink. It's not really doing much to change the color. I mean, maybe it did, and I'm just, because it's not as intense as I had hoped. For me, it counts as it didn't really work. So I did a couple of other things to it, and I guess I'll talk more about that when I get to that part. But it's been interesting to try to figure out those tabs, but I think I finally did. So here are the 2 tall tags. Now, if you look at my altar ones, you'll see all these splashes of gold, and I also edged the entire tag in gold. So let's go ahead and do that. And for that, I used, here it is, I used my Distress paint in tarnished brass. I love this so much. I'm running out. I'm going to have to get another one. And basically all I did was just carefully just put some of that on my finger and just kind of just run the tag through that. Makes a mess with my fingers, but that's okay. I just have to be careful not to let so much spill out. One, I would hate to waste what little I have left, and 2, I don't want to have to clean up the mess. So that's pretty good. Let's do the same with this one. Then what I will do is just put some of that same paint on a palette and add some water, and then just flick some of it on the tag itself to create those splashes. Might get a little loud. I think I'm going to use my heat tool to dry the tag, because I have zero patience. Alright, I think that's good. So now let me clean up my hands. I'll just use a baby wipe. It's good for now. Lay out some paper to keep this from becoming totally a mess. Also, I have to be careful because my husband's iPad is on the table. I don't think he would take too kindly to me getting, oh my gosh, he would be so upset if I got paint on his iPad. So we will try to avoid that. This is just a stamping block. I'm going to just pour out a little bit of, there it is. I'm trying to find my water. Just a little bit of the paint, not much. Even that might be too much, but I'm gonna add a tiny bit of water. And just tap the wet brush against my finger. And create the splashes. I won't do the same to the other side because I think it would make it difficult to write on the other side if it had all these little spots or splatter of paint. So get the heat gun. It's going to get a little loud. Maybe I shouldn't have worn my favorite sweater while doing this. I think that should be good. Put away my little splash guard now. I will go in with a little more of the alcohol ink. Not alcohol ink. Archival ink. So I think this is just such a fun way to alter these panels. And I just love anything that involves inking and splashes of paint. I'm there for it. So let's see, this is going to be the top of the tag. This will be the top of the tag. Important for me to know that because I'm about to stamp them. See what I did here? I stamped the lined side. So I'm going to do the same here. I have this awesome stamp set. Tiny Toadstools. It's Tim Holtz collection. Stampers Anonymous. Absolutely love it. We'll use that same archival ink. I don't want to introduce any new colors. Keeping with colors that are already present throughout the book. Kind of helps tie everything together. That's very pretty. Very pretty. I love that. Switch to a different stamp. So I wanted 6 of them because I have 3 signatures. So I thought 2 for each signature would be good. Isn't that pretty? So very pretty. So that's the tag, which by itself is very pretty. I could stop right there and I'll be happy, but I didn't stop right there. I took it one step further and added the tab at the top. So these are what the tabs look like. These are metal tabs from the cans of, I think it's, I know, the watermelon and strawberry juice that I love so much from Trader Joe's. I mean, you can tell how much I love that drink. Look at this. So, first thing I did, let me get, and show you. So first thing I did was I needed to flatten the tabs some because the tabs do have some dimension to them, not much, but you can see that they're not very flat. And I needed them to be flatter than this so that I would be able to glue them or adhere them to the skinny tags. Also, I didn't want it to catch on any papers or catch on anything in the book, so I really wanted to make sure that they were flat. And the best way I thought to get them flat is I used my Big Shot. I took some of the tabs. I used the A, B, and C stack. Basically put them flat between my C and B plate like that, and I ran them through the Big Shot back and forth like 4 or 5 times until they were flat. And you can see just how much flatter they are now. Look at the difference. This is after the Big Shot, that's before. So definitely noticeably flatter and less likely to catch anything. So that worked out well. So then I wanted to alter them, which is when I tried soaking them in alcohol ink, and the alcohol ink didn't really do much. At least not in my book, not enough, not nearly enough. So I took them out of the alcohol ink bath and just took some of that same distress paint in the tarnished brass and gave them a wash of that tarnish paint, that same mixture of the paint with a little bit of water. And then after that, I brushed them with the archival ink. And that's how I ended up with this, which big difference. And I really like the way that turned out. Then it so happened I had this roll of ribbon. I'm not even sure where it came from. Must have been like a Happy Mail or something. But I like the color. It works with my journal. So I decided to just go with it. I cut some pieces of that. And I'm going to use the same archival ink to just grunge that up a little bit. It was a little too bright. I like the color. I do. It was on my desk. It works out, right? But I just wanted to kind of dull that color down, the brightness a little bit, grunge it up. So I'm using that same archival ink. Now I have two kind of openings or holes in my tab. There's one that's a little more oval and one that's not. So I decided to keep the more oval shape opening to the top. So I'm going to put my ribbon through there. I don't want this ribbon to come undone. I don't want to tie a knot because it makes it a little too bulky. So instead, what I'm going to do is use my fabric tack just to seal the ribbon to the top of the tab. It is so cold in my basement. My glue is running super slow. But it is running. That's a good thing. What? Let's keep that upside down. So I'm going to need it again. Just pinch that together. Let that dry for a second. I'll do the same with the other one. Kind of seeing the finish line for this project. I really am, and I'm excited to finish it and move on to my next one. Oh, actually, I'm gonna still use this, so let's keep it upside down. Just going to shorten the tabs a little bit. Let's pretty good. I'm going to use the same glue. I think what I'm going to do, because I'm always paranoid about things coming off of journals, what I think I will do is once this is dry, I'm going to go in with some gold thread and just maybe just do a little like tack stitch or something. Just something to secure the tab to the tag so that I'm comfortable and know that it won't come undone. So it'll have both the glue plus I'll take some of this, where is it? I have this gold thread, which I absolutely love. It's so fun to use it on just different elements, to wrap it, to wrap different elements in that gold thread. I think it just looks so nice. I am going to take a small needle on some of this thread and probably sew the tab onto the tag through the bottom opening. So I am not going to do that on camera. I will totally do that off camera. But that's really just like that. You have two really great tags. Aren't they amazing? I absolutely love them. So I have a total of 6. And what I would do, let me see, let me grab. So what I would do, I was thinking of putting them let's see. I have a pocket in here somewhere. Let me find it. Here it is. So something like that. And then the ribbon and the tab you can see sticking out from the top. And I can even add more if I wanted. I can add little charms, dangly charms. And I think that'll be a fun element to have for each of the signatures. And each signature will get 2 of them. So that is how I upcycled the side panels and some tabs from cans as well as some cutoffs from my scraps. So I'm really pleased with the way these turned out. I think they will work great for the journal. In the next video, I am going to show you how I made this. This is my prototype. So this, I took more of the packaging and took some packaging, wrapped it with some, I have these. These are the labels from from some drinks, 0-calorie drinks that we like here. I peel these off of the bottles, and what I did, I'll show you in my next video, but I use these to create pockets. Fun little pockets that you can put little elements in. And in my case, I just put a scrap of paper that I cut down, rounded the corners after I folded it, and inked. And it's a great journaling spot. And how fun is it to have like this little clear pocket that you can tuck something into. So I'll show you that process in the next video. That is all for this video, my friends. Thank you so much for watching. I truly do appreciate it. Let me know what you think. Is this something that you would try? Maybe you have some tips on what I can do in terms of what I can use to color up metal pieces like that. I typically don't have such a hard time, and my alcohol inks usually do it, but this time it didn't. I don't know why, but if you know of any other products that can be used to color up metal like that, definitely leave it down below. I'd be interested in looking into that for sure. But thank you, my friends, for watching. I truly do appreciate it. If you are new to my channel and you are not subscribed, please do so. I would love to have you. If you like this video, definitely leave me a thumbs up. It goes a long way to helping my channel. And if you haven't already done so, be sure to activate that notification bell so that you will be notified anytime I post a new video. And I will catch you all in the next one, my friends. Until next time, bye-bye.